What's up? LOL in the house. What's up? LOL in the house. Good morning. Making myself some tea. This is sponsored by black tea. Best way to start your morning with some good old black tea. What is SOL again? I've heard people mention it. What's SOL? Sore out of luck? What's up, Albert? Albert, you get a shout out. You're always like one of the first people in my live stream. Solana? What type of business is it? You know who liked that? SOL? I think Tabrizi mentioned that stock. Or he was SOS. I believe he was SOS. What's up, Jack? ¿Qué pasó? Just getting my tea. And then I'm going to turn on CNBC. And we're going to talk about stocks and crypto. And if anyone has more than 1,000 followers and wants to do a double live stream, they will invite me. And we will talk. Hopefully everyone here bought the dip this morning. Crypto getting crushed. Oh, it's a coin. So SOL, how did you buy it? What exchange? I just bought some ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. What are your guys' thoughts on ICP? And it just recently came out on Coinbase, right, guys? Binance. Okay, cool. Have you guys heard of the Internet Protocol, ICP token? Yeah, exactly. That's why I bought it. You know me. Everyone knows that I'm not like, I'm not really into pumping and dumping coins. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of that. So it's like let's talk about it. It's a decentralized internet, right? They can't censor you. You can put like websites up on it and then you can't be censored. Dang, Snapchat's on a tear. I should have bought more Snap. I like Polkadot. Polkadot's a good crypto. Yeah, Matic's up 100%. Can someone explain Matic again? What is that? I believe it's like a DeFi coin. I don't know. Could someone explain Matic? Yo, bullish stocks. Do you wanna do a dual live? It's a lighter Ethereum. So it's basically it reduces the fees. Yeah, we all should have bought more Twitter and Snap. Dude, Roblox. I love Roblox. I wish I bought more. Roblox is a great stock. Yeah, it's a second layer. Bullish stocks. Are you available to do a live stream? Second layer. We got 23 people in the live stream. Hopefully someone here has like more than 1,000 followers. Yeah, come on, man. Let's do it. Go live. Do you know how to go live or do you need me to explain to you? Do you need me to teach you? I bet like half the people in this chat like know how to go live now because we've had to like teach so many people. It's not very hard. You just go to the plus button and then you hit go live and then you hit the infinity sign and you invite me. Yeah, it's actually really simple. If you want to use interactive brokers, what you do is you obviously first have to have stocks in it and you literally go to transfer And if you want, let me actually take a screenshot. Okay, cool. You know how to. Okay, here. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
It's an interesting bedroom set you got.
Thanks, man. To my living room.
Nice. No worries. So your TikTok is more stocks or crypto or both?
Uh,
Dang,
I I just
that's pretty
randomly,
cool.
yeah, I
So
just
you like invest.
renamed myself Bullish Stocks. My TikTok actually isn't really related to crypto or anything.
What is it then? What do? You just do tricks with your knife?
No, because TikTok removes it. They might ban my live, so hopefully no one joins from my account.
Yeah, hey, don't do that. I forgot. They will ban us. They say it's like dangerous. So can you put your knife away? Because I forgot. They will, and they might ban me too. It's so lame.
Oh, true. All right, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. If you
Um,
want, just use the
no,
green screen. Do you know how to use the green screen? You can use the green screen, and then you can just take a screenshot of like Bitcoin prices. Like if you don't want to show your face, go to Coin Market
all
Cap. Let me teach you how to do this. You go to Coin Market Cap, take a screenshot of like the top 5 cryptos. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, there you go. And then you just
right.
upload it like
Let's see.
the top 5. Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
I need to do
this.
this more often too, because yeah, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Very, very
Yeah, so
cool. And
I just post whatever, to be honest. Just kind
so
of a
someone wants to talk about staking on Ethereum 2. Are you familiar with that, or do you want me to explain that?
whoops. Ethereum 2. I don't think Ethereum 2 is out yet.
So Coinbase will
Um,
pay you 6%. If you basically
how
what
much?
you do is you 6%. They give you 6%, but
6?
what happens is your Ethereum is locked up. They say from 2022, 2024, because that's how long the upgrade I guess is going to take. So you're not going to be touching that
Sweet.
money for a while, but you get
That's a
6%
lot.
on it. Yeah. And then
I
hold
feel
on,
like
I'm going to change. Go ahead.
it's a better deal to stake in USDC still. If you're going
Yeah,
straight for the in.
or what I would say is go on Voyager and they pay you 5.25, so you're not getting 6%, you're getting 5.25, but you can take it off whenever you want. And I
Yeah,
believe Celsius does a flat 5%. So the
yeah,
the
so
two.
I'm on Celsius right now.
What's up?
I'm on Celsius right now.
Okay. By the way, I can't get a loan, dude. I moved a bunch of Ethereum to Celsius and I can't get a loan. I'm so pissed. I can get a
They won't
loan
give
on
you
Block. No, I guess for California, Celsius doesn't do loans yet, so I need like a VPN. What state are you in? Are you able to get
I'm in
loans?
New York, so my crypto is like so strict here. It's so bad.
Do you use a VPN to get around it?
No, I just uh adhere to the laws.
Yeah, so
Because
that's the thing that's
they're
go ahead.
really strict here. So my one buddy was using a VPN to trade on Binance and stuff, and they New York State got him. Like they tracked him down and fined him a whole bunch of money.
No
So
way. That's the first time I even heard that. How bad was the fine and how did they fine him? Dude, that's crazy.
he didn't tell me how much the fine was, but they were tracking the addresses he was sending it to, and they tracked it back to him.
Oh
So
my God. That is crazy. Okay, so guys, if you're in New York, watch out, dude. How long ago was this though? Was this recent or was this like back in the day?
it was like it was like when New York started enforcing these laws. So within the last couple years, and
Okay.
they're getting worse now. New York wants to ban crypto mining for 3 years in New York State.
So stupid. Why are they so the people are gonna go to Miami? Like Miami's all like pro crypto, right? And I feel like if anyone here, yeah, if anyone here is in Florida or Texas, can you try the Celsius loan? Because I'm really interested if you can do the Celsius loan in Florida and Texas. But I would feel
I
like
haven't
California. Go ahead.
I haven't tried to get a loan from Celsius yet.
So it's such a good deal. If anyone here on this live stream can try it out, there's no fees because the problem with Blockify is they charge you 2% and the minimum loan is 10 grand. So I got the $10,000 loan, and you pay right off the bat $200 loan fees. Boom,
Huh.
2% right there. So even if you pay back the loan like the next week, you still got charged 2%. So it sucks. And then the
I can't
interest
even
rate is four. Say that one more time.
I can't even use Blockify here.
Yeah, dude, New York is lame, dude. So many people tell me that too. So, what's legal in New York? I know Gemini.
Coinbase, Base Pro, Gemini doesn't work. I think actually I don't know if Gemini works. Voyager doesn't work. Celsius works, and Nexo works. Have you heard of Nexo?
No, I need to do a loan there. How are the fees with Nexo? Has anyone here done a crypto loan with Nexo?
I think they're kind of high, to be honest.
Okay, I'll look into it. I'm glad you brought that up. I haven't done it. I mean, my main thing is to try all of them, so then that way I can give reviews. I can be like a critique of
Yeah,
crypto bank.
yeah. Nexo is
So
really streamlined though. Their app is really nice to use. Actually, like
yeah.
makes you want to use the app. As weird as that
Okay,
sounds.
I'm about to, if someone here has a referral link for Nexo, send it to me or send me a DM and I'll use your referral link because I still haven't gone
That's
on to
that's the
Exo.
other thing though. Nexo doesn't have referral links, which is weird.
Well, that's good. That means they probably save that money instead of having to spend money to, buy people to come on their platform, give you a better
Yeah,
deal.
Celsius referral is kind of crazy. $40 for 400
But
Bitcoin.
well, $400. You have to transfer $400 of assets.
Yeah, but for $40 free Bitcoin, that's pretty good. You can't argue against that.
No, no, I'm waiting for mine because when I first signed up, it was supposed to be $200 and they give you 40. And then when I signed up, they're like, "Oh, we changed it," so I had to transfer more money. And I haven't got paid my bonus yet, but the guy who
But
signed
yeah,
me up, he got his bonus. He's like, "Oh, I got my 40 bucks."
it gets locked up there for a month. You have to keep your stuff in there for a month to
What,
get the
Celsius?
40. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I moved in a good amount of Ethereum because freaking BlockFi, dude. BlockFi changed their interest rates. And so now it's only 4.5% and up to 15 Ethereum. It used to be over
Really?
100 Ethereum. It would pay you like 5.25 or something.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they keep changing it. BlockFi has like no shame. Like Bitcoin used to be 6% and it was up to one Bitcoin. They made it now 5% up to half a Bitcoin, and then it goes down to 2.5%.
Celsius changed their rates too, but it was only 0.5% they went down.
Yeah, yep, yep. So I don't know. This is why they call it yield farming. You really are a farmer. You got to like constantly like move your crypto around
Hmm.
to get the best
Hmm.
rates, and then they try to charge you fees. Like I had to pay $40 of Ethereum fees to move it
Really?
off of BlockFi. To pay $40 of Ethereum, which kind of sucked. But I'm learning, and so people are asking me, is Robinhood good? I don't know about you, but during the last like crypto crash, it was the only exchange that I could buy crypto on was Robinhood.
Um, I'm I personally am not. I used to use Robinhood, but I don't like Robinhood for crypto because you don't have the keys. So if you do want to yield farm, you can't like you can't move anything. It's kind of stuck there. So
But but they said the CEO said they're going to create that wallet and allow you to do it. And when they asked him like, what's the time frame? He said 6 months to a year. So you just have to wait, and then you can take it off.
but by then, who knows? Who knows where the market's gonna be? You know?
Exactly. No, no, exactly. And that's why I think when it comes to buying, I think Coinbase Pro has the best price, right? You get the best spot price and it's the lowest fees, right?
Yeah, the fees are like pennies instead of dollars.
Well, it's 0.25, and then Gemini Active Trader. And this is what sucks is a lot of people use normal Coinbase and they pay like way higher fees, and they use normal Gemini and they pay way higher fees. But Coinbase is point zero, or it's 0.25%, and I think Gemini is 0.35. So
Jeez, 0.35.
yeah, that's why like Coinbase is much cheaper. I mean, from like what is that? That's like 33% less in fees.
Yeah, I've been using Coinbase Pro.
Yeah. What about the stock?
Oh,
I hope everyone here is buying their stock because I feel like that's safer than crypto too. Like They make money on the downside and the upside.
I'm not too I'm not too excited every time I open the Coinbase Pro app because it's so ugly. Whoever
Yeah,
designed it needs to get fired because that was horrible. It looks horrible.
I agree with you. What do you think of the
It's such a
stock though? Have you bought the
um.
stock?
I don't have any stock. My dad has a bunch of shares of Coinbase. I don't have any shares though, but I should have
Are you
bought it when it took.
18? Are you over 18?
Yeah, yeah. I'm 20.
So why don't you? Yeah, I was gonna say like for everyone here, man. Like if there's an advice I can give you is that you gotta own the casino too. Like if you own, like let's just say you own $1,000 of crypto, you should at least
Right.
own like $200 of Coinbase just because you own the casino.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been
But
uh I've been moving
people are
money
asking,
around by the yeah, you go ahead.
well, just people are asking me about interactive brokers. I don't know. Have you used? I actually want to ask you about that. Have you ever used interactive brokers? Or,
You.
huh?
I was gonna ask you actually. What broker do you use for your loans?
Interactive brokers, man. It's the best one. And what's cool is like, let's just say you're like a new beginner. They have something called the Lite, Interactive Brokers Lite, and there's no fees. And it's actually better than Robinhood because Robinhood will also charge the same interest rate. It's like 2.5% to borrow, but then you have to pay $5 a month. So
Hmm.
really, when it comes down to it, everyone here, if you haven't used interactive brokers and you don't want to put a lot of money in, I believe they have fees. So if you do the light version, there's no fees. And then once you make more than 50,000, like you have more than $50,000 in your account, you change it to the pro, and basically the fees become negligible because they start paying you interest on your stocks. And I believe once you hit 100 grand on your account, they don't charge you any fees and they let you borrow under 1%.
Huh. And it's literally just called interactive brokers.
Yeah, it's on my profile link. Like everyone here should first, if you're not comfortable trading with stocks, they have a fake account. You can get a paper account and they just give you $100 grand of fake money. So if you want to just get used to the interface and you don't even want to sign up, just click on my link and do the like it's called the paper account. And so you just get 100 grand of like fake money to mess around with. And then if you're not going to be putting in more than 50K, I recommend doing the light, and then you can change it. You can upgrade. So like let's just say then in 2 years or 3 years, you all of a sudden break 50K in your stock portfolio of interactive brokers. You literally there's like a tab that you just go through and you just say upgrade me to pro. And what's really cool is they actually have a live messaging service. So like if you have any questions, you just go and say I want to speak to like an agent and you just like text them and the agent will like actually even tell you like okay, this is where you have to go to do
Huh.
it. Party Finance gave me a shout out. Yeah, I wanted to do a double live with Party Finance, but yeah, you should check it out. Everyone here on the live stream, check out Interactive Brokers, and if you don't want to actually put any money into it, just get the fake account with 100 grand, and then just do some YOLO trading on it. Because it's fake money.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. So what do you do? So you take the loan out, and then what do you do with the loan?
So what's cool? It's like you can just pull it out whenever you want. So let's just say I have $100,000 of stock, right? And let's say there's like a dip. I just buy more stock, but I don't have to put money into it. What it does, it just shows negative. You just have a negative cash balance on your stock. So let's just say I have 100 grand and I put in $10,000 in stocks. It'll show that I have 110 grand in stocks, but then my cash balance will be negative 10,000, and that negative 10,000 I pay the 1% interest on. And then if I want to pull out cash, you just go to withdraw, to like transfer to your bank account. And it will show
Right.
that you'll say you have $40,000 available of cash. So I can literally just hit, withdraw $40,000. My cash balance will be negative 50,000 basically. So, and I'm paying, 1% interest on negative 50,000. But then, I'll have 40 grand of cash in my bank account and I bought 10 grand in stock.
So what kind of does that affect your credit score negatively?
No, that's the cool thing. Okay, so this is why real estate kind of sucks. Because like real estate, you don't make a payment or like, you do something wrong with your real estate loan, they report on your credit. But because stocks and crypto, they're collateralized loans. I mean, real estate's technically a collateralized loan too, but there's no credit. There's no credit, and what's even more dope is you can take that $40,000 that you pull out, and you can put it into buy like a down payment for a house. And someone asked me how quick the withdrawal is. I usually get it in one business day, but it says it can take up to 3 days to get the cash out. So if you initiate the withdrawal on Monday, the latest would be Thursday. But usually when I initiate a withdrawal, it's the next day I get the money, next business day.
Do you usually try to put that loan into something that'll generate enough cash flow to pay off the interest?
I can. I usually don't like to go. So my rule of thumb is I like to stay at 20%. So if I have $100,000 of stocks, I usually don't like my loan balance to go over 20,000 because I want to have that reserve 30,000 to buy dips. Because like let's just say the stocks crash, that means instead of having 100 grand in stocks, I'll have 80 grand of stocks. So now I can't borrow 50 grand. I can only borrow 40 grand, right?
Right.
Does that make sense? So that's why like I always want to leave cushion. That's why my rule of thumb is just try to stay around 20%. Because at 20%, it's like free money at 1%. And there's enough cushion if there's a crash or something bad like hits the fan, you still have cash ready to go to buy like stocks or crypto. But like for example, I
So how
would
do you,
go ahead.
yeah,
Okay, so like how the crypto just crashed? I would go. So like
yeah,
let's just say I was at 20% and like Bitcoin, Ethereum, like all these cryptos crash. I probably would pull out 10 grand and all of a sudden now my leverage is at 30%. But I'd be okay with 30% leverage because I'm buying crypto for really cheap. But once again, like
right.
once you hit 50%, you're completely maxed out, and then you get something called a margin call once you go above 75%, which is kind of rare. That means my $100,000 stock portfolio would have to go under $25,000 of value, and they start selling my stocks. So it's like really rare because in the history of the stock market, I think the worst crash ever was like 50%. 60%. It's like super rare. And like, how our government will just come in and start printing money if there's a crash. So, so
So then how do
traditional
you pay
brokers,
off?
someone asked the question really quick, do traditional brokers do this? They do. But the problem is they don't charge you 1%. Like I think TG, everyone can Google their brokers margin rates, but I believe TD Ameritrade is like 7% or 8%. So it's not like a good deal.
Yeah, I use Webull right now.
Weeble's not a good deal. I love Weeble. Like the interface is dope. But yeah, Weeble, I believe the margin's like 6 or 7%. So that's why, once again, if you can, I would definitely consider opening up a interactive brokers light. And it might be a pain to transfer your stocks. So what I would do is just, moving forward, any new stocks you buy, just buy them on interactive brokers so you can borrow on it. But you can also transfer your brokers. So you can move all your stocks from Weeble to interactive brokers as well.
Um, so how do you pay off the interest on your loans then?
So I don't. What I do is I just leave it at 20%. And then what I do is, okay, so let's just say I collect rent, right? And let's just say I get, you know, I don't know, let's just say after all my rent is collected, I have like $1,000. So usually that $1,000, I would be investing it into stocks. Or if I think stocks are overpriced, then I pay down my debt. So let's just say, like I get my paycheck, right? I got $1,000 I was going to put in the stock market. If I think stocks are overpriced, and let's just say my margin debt right now is at 25 grand, and I have 100 grand of stocks, I probably would take that $1,000 and pay down that like interest. But for now, because crypto's so low, I would instead probably just keep buying crypto and just leave my margin debt at 25 grand. Um, but remember the whole, oh, okay, so I'm wrong. Thank you, Nerd Finance. I guess the Great Depression crash was 82%. So, so I guess I was wrong about that. But, you have to go back to 1930 before the Federal Reserve was like bailing out businesses. In the modern
Airline.
era, yeah, exactly. In the modern era, I don't see a crash in the modern era. Oh dang. So I guess I messed. Have you heard of Party Finance? Party Finance was doing some day trading earlier, I guess.
No, I don't think I have.
You should follow him. He shorted. I just want everyone to hear about this, dude. He shorted Bitcoin, and he put up 2 Bitcoin as collateral to do his short, and he made 5 Bitcoin on his 2 Bitcoin
Nice.
short. Yeah, he's crazy.
That was
And
smart, especially with the last few days.
Yeah, yeah. And what's even more crazy, he's 25 years old. Like that's
That's dope.
crazy, man. I've never. Yeah, yeah. And he's been trading since he was like 18. So it's crazy. Someone so young with that kind of experience. So
So
yeah, and
do you not have a
go ahead.
minimum payment on your loans on your stocks?
No, no. All they do is so let's just say my interest. Let's just say okay. So I borrowed 25 grand, right? Let's actually do the math. So if you borrow 25 grand, 1% of 25 grand is $250, right?
Okay.
Right. So now you have to divide that by 12. This is how cheap it
Oh,
is to borrow. So
oh,
250 divided by 12, it's like what, 20 bucks, 30 bucks? That payment, that interest, they just put it on the margin balance. So if my loan balance was 20,000, it's now 20,020.
oh,
So yeah, exactly. There's no payment. That's why it's so cool. It's not like a mortgage payment where it's like you got to pay this date or you're late and get charged fees. That's why real estate loans are kind of bullshit, man. It messes with your credit. You actually have to make fixed payments on a fixed schedule where like the stock debt, it's like the best debt in the world. There's no payments. It's just like, you can pay it down whenever you feel like it. And once again, everyone knows inflation is here. You understand inflation, right? Or no?
yeah, yeah,
So everyone knows that your dollar is losing 3 to 6% a year, depending on how bad inflation is. And it's like if you can borrow just $20,000 at 1%, they're giving you that money for free because you know that 20 grand is depreciating faster than 1%.
right. Huh. All right. I'm definitely have to look into that then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And it's good. I want to give you props too for being so young and actually like understanding inflation because there's a lot of people that are twice your age and they still don't understand inflation.
Well, yeah, I had to learn it in college, so
Nice. Where'd you go to college?
I'm an accounting major right now at
What college are you?
UB, University of Buffalo.
Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. I did an
I'm ha-
MBA and I'm telling you, they didn't teach me anything. It was
Really?
all just, yeah. Well, I mean, they taught me some stuff, but it just doesn't apply. The classes don't have enough personal finance. That's the problem with most business
Right.
education.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. We got other people in my chat. I got a master's and learned nothing from the university. I mean, I agree, dude. Like a lot of the stuff that I learn is literally TikTok and YouTube. I'm
A lot
sitting
of the
here with all
finance
my
stuff,
knowledge.
you
Say that one more time.
a lot of the finance stuff you have to teach yourself pretty much.
Exactly. Someone made a really good comment. Shout out. Bankers don't want people to know their business. I think that's true. Like that's why the
Right.
education system, they want you to be retarded so that bankers can profit off of you. So someone's asking me, you can borrow 20K on interactive brokers. You can borrow 50% of your portfolio. So if you have 100 grand, you can get a 50% loan, but that's only if you have high quality stocks. Yeah, Nvidia is on a tear. So if you have a bunch of crappy stocks like what is that? Riot blockchain, they won't lend you money. So if you have $100,000 of Riot blockchain, you get zero. They won't lend you any money. But if you have 100
Oh,
grand of like Apple, Amazon, like it has to be a high quality stock, they'll give you 50%.
so I think you were saying the minimum is 2,000 you need to borrow, right?
Yeah, 2000. So,
Okay.
but you can still open an account. You can still open an account and put in like 50 bucks, 100 bucks. Just they won't lend to you until you have to have more than $2,000 of good stock collateral. Yeah,
Good
and
stuff.
someone's asking me, IBKR, that's the app. Yep. But
How
I
do you know if
recommend everyone here. Go ahead.
how do you know if a stock you're holding is a good stock collateral?
This is what's funny is I haven't figured it out on Interactive Brokers how to do it. What I do is I use my Robinhood because on Robinhood here I can change my background. I believe my background I have it on Robinhood. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can change it.
Wow, he's loading for a while.
Find it. Sorry guys. I can't find
There
it,
he
but
is.
if you Robinhood, sorry guys. If you have Robinhood what is it? If you have Robinhood Pro or Gold, you just scroll down And when you scroll down, it says on the stock margin requirement, and then it says like the minimum is like usually 50%, and then the maintenance is usually like 25%. But the way I figure it out is through Robinhood, but I'm pretty sure if you do some research, you can figure out how interactive brokers will also show you the like how much, how much they're willing to lend per stock.
Because I got a good stock pick for you that I'd highly recommend holding on to.
All right.
SSL.
SSL, what kind of company is that?
So they're an energy slash oil company that's working towards being more green because that's the hype right now. Uh, they they have a whole town named after them in South America. Government
Wow.
backed, government backed company. So the odds of them failing are zero, pretty much. Billions of dollars worth billions of dollars. They're all over America, and they supply basic materials to plants. So my dad is he works at a plant that makes grit for sandpaper and other things. So
Mhm.
Sassel provides them with the material to make. So they're basically a raw materials provider to make other product. So if you want to make glass, you need someone to buy the stuff to heat to make the glass. So they would buy it from Sassel. So that's what Sassel does. And they fell during the March crash last year, all the way down to I believe $1 something. And
Okay.
ever since then, all they've done is just they've always gone up. Before that, they were at $20. Right now, it's $16. And when the market, the Nasdaq was crashing, Sassel's fine. The S&P and the Dow goes down a little bit, Sassel's down like 0.5%. It's a very low key stock, low volume, barely moves, and when it does move, it only goes up and a little bit down. So it makes these. If you look at the chart, it's just these long, overreaching arches of it going up, a little bit down, up, a little bit down, and so I've just been buying. I had a lot of that when it crashed all the way down to $1, and I'm up like 200 something percent in it right now. So
Nice. Congrats.
good stock.
Good for you,
Yeah,
man.
good stock.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get ready to go to the gym. I don't know if you have any other questions or anything you want to talk about.
Nah, you're good. I was about to go for a run.
Okay, cool, cool. Then I'll let you go. And if Stock Market Daddy, I don't know if you're still in the live stream. If you want to do a quick live stream with me, I can probably like stay around for another like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna go hit the gym. But I'll go ahead and let you go and come back again, man. Like, definitely appreciate you coming on and talking stocks and crypto with us.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna have to look into all the stuff you're talking about. That's some
Yeah, yeah,
crazy,
come back,
crazy.
ask me questions, and I think that, man, you have a great future ahead of you, man. If you're only 20 years old and you already like know what you know, man, I'm very, very confident in 10 years you will be a millionaire. Like, I'm really confident.
Thanks.
So
All
you
right.
gotta stay, you gotta stick around. So whenever you come back on the live stream, I can be like, look, I was right.
Yeah, yeah. We could go on a yacht together sometime.
Okay. Cool. Well, spaceship, dude. My main thing is I want to be a baller and have a spaceship. So like, if you're one of my followers, let's go to the moon, guys. Let's take my
All right.
spaceship to the moon.
Be like Elon Musk, just flying cars out into space just because he can.
Yeah, and then yeah, this chat or whatever, I always upload everything on YouTube. So if you like these live streams, check out my YouTube channel. You just YouTube Cena Dean, and all of these live streams are uploaded onto it.
All right, sick. Yeah, I'll
All
catch
right,
you later, man.
okay, take it easy, man. Nice talking to you. Let's do it again soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so I just invited Stock Market. See if he can come on. How we doing?
Morning, what's going on, man?
Morning.
How you doing?
You're always in the basement, dude. You're always in the basement.
What? This is my office, dude. Yeah, the office used to be upstairs. I'm not in the office. It's good though.
Nice.
It keeps me focused, dude. It's grinding. We redid this during coronavirus, so yeah, man, we're grinding. Yeah, man, how you doing? I'm getting worried about you. You look like you're Every time I see you posted a video now, you're dealing with some fucking internet troll, man. Fuck these guys. You know, on TikTok they're gonna say that. What did somebody tell you? USC is a shitty school. That your newest post. USC is a
Yeah,
shitty school.
yeah.
Huh? So what's going on, man? Yeah, I was I think your moderator was just on there. I'm not bearish about that company at all. SSL. I get nervous when if you are considering investing outside the U.S. Definitely do your homework and your research. They're based out of Johannesburg. And I like them. They do have like a real green initiative and stuff. They are global, and they definitely have not came back to the level that they were pre-corona. Like a lot of energy companies have. Just be careful. You always have to remember, in America, we have a real ability to really back our stock market with the Fed and everything. We can pump a lot of other countries can't do that. So you have to remember when you're like there's a lot of opportunities in Europe right now. I really like some of the stuff in the European market. It's just timing it, because you may have to be a little bit more patient than you're ready to. They might not just bounce right back. So if you're gonna invest in something like that, just be careful. Just know what you're getting into. And people also, you have to remember too, a lot of people get confused when you're talking about the oil market, that even though you're going to see more and more green initiatives, oil is an actual product. Only 27% of oil is actually used in gasoline. The other 75% of the oil that is manufactured is used in manufacturing, in an industry. So oil is a market. You could have every car go green, every car go electric. Oil is still going to have a huge industry, because it's just used in so many other things. You know, just the clothing and the things that you use every day. All of them have some type.
Plastics,
They're
right?
all petroleum. So
Yeah,
always keep that in mind
too.
when you. What's that?
Plastics too, right? Plastics,
Right.
like anything plastic
So I'm saying.
packaging.
Right. So I don't necessarily like the argument of, things are going to go green, therefore oil. It's not necessarily correlating. It'll certainly have an effect, but it actually could have the opposite effect, because now you're going to have when demand starts to drop, prices go up. It actually could be good for oil. So just keep always think a little more broader when you're thinking about oil, because it doesn't, with electric vehicles, it doesn't correlate. So yeah, I was looking for you earlier. I jumped on with Party Binance. He was talking earlier. What did he get out? He jumped out of Ethereum earlier. He was in Ethereum over the weekend. He did have he had that nice. You see that Bitcoin play? That short? He nailed that. He fucking nailed that. But
Made like what? He made 5 Bitcoin. He made like 100 grand on that short.
Killed it. He nailed it. I have never once endorsed a TikToker. And I was like, anybody who wants crypto, ask him. Don't ask me. Don't ask me any crypto stuff. Ask him, because he's just spot on.
You know what? I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. Like, I can't believe he's 25.
Dude, he knows his shit. His shit is legit. But he was in an Ethereum play he got out of. And I think what I have his reentry point. His reentry, he wants it to come back down to 2,000 before he gets back in. So he wants a lot of today's gains to go away before he's going to get back into Ethereum. We were playing what were we playing earlier? I was on with him earlier. I was trading. He had a lot of people in there talking stocks. We were in the OBGL end. We kind of got fucked on that one a little bit. We were a little bit late. We picked up some AMD calls again this week, and they're already freaking down. And Beyond we got into this morning. Beyond got upgraded this morning. But they move really, really quickly. So if you're not in Beyond yet, I'd probably be careful. It'll probably pull back a little bit.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what do you think of Shift? It's SFT Shift. It's like a used car thing. You want to look at the Shift?
Not Shift. That's transportation.
Oh, not Shift. It's S as in Sam, F as in Frank, T as in Tom.
Yeah, well,
if you want to take a look, it's a used car company, and obviously used car sales.
I've heard of them before.
They got killed today because they had to do like a convertible bond. But what do you think? Do you think that's a good entry point because it's so cheap?
I mean, I would want. I'm going to give it a little bit of a look before I give you an answer, because obviously you're interested on it. I know my When we looking in the chart, it's definitely at a downward trajectory since the middle of last year. I like the industry. I know that. I mean, I like it for sure.
Used cars, and I don't believe they own anything. It's just like a website, right? They just own a
Yeah,
website, so it must be
right,
really
right.
profitable.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that the used car industry in general. So any like if I say I like an industry, anything involved into it should as long as the company's managed well, and their books look fine, they should do okay. You'll see with everything with inflation kind of going up, you're definitely going to see it. In your vehicles as well. So I'll have to take a look. I mean, it's cheap. I know that
Yeah,
it's not,
dude. It's
know.
a cheap stock, guys. Take a look, everyone. By the way, do you know how to do your backgrounds? Change your backgrounds?
Yeah,
Stock market?
I don't listen. It doesn't. I probably could do all that. I usually only jump on just to talk. Like I'll do some of my stuff. Usually I have it facing my
Oh, the computer screen.
my system. That way people can see what I'm doing. I told you before. I never really liked people who would like come on. They're like, I'm trading this, and I'm like, well, let me see. And they'd be, well, no, you can't see it. I'm like, well, why not? That's kind of like I can understand some people can't. Like there's some things on here I can't show you. I got to be like somewhat careful of what's on my screen. But for the most part, I don't want to be like, well, hey, I'm making this trade, and you like if I have like my audience live, they always see, hey, he bought at this price, he sold at this price. You know what I'm telling you, I believe in because I'm actually doing it, and that's why I
I
like
love that transparency. I love that
yeah,
transparency. That's the way to go.
we built I set up a Robinhood account. I don't use Robinhood. I set one up just for TikTok, where it's like, hey, everybody like it's like stuff on my video stuff. Like that's what we're talking about. Now you can see how they played out. I can tell you entry points, exit points, dates, how many shares, what we're still holding. I just think it's fair to people. I don't think it's fair that a lot of people I've seen. Because there's another guy who comes on here always talk. Oh well, we picked up 10,000 shares of this, and I'm like, dude, I just don't fucking believe. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know who
I,
you're talking about. I know
you know
who
what I mean?
you're talking about.
Don't. Like the sizes of your trades make me feel like TikTok would not be worth your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you're like
yeah.
TikTok's worth your time, and your $200 training course is worth your time, but you're trading $10,000 shares of $20 stocks. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Listen, I tell. I'm kind of like you, like where people like they would be like, "Oh, look, he's in a refinished basement." Yeah. All right. So if you really want to talk like net worth and things of that nature, like we could go down that road. I'm a lot like you. Like I'm not. I really am very blind to what people would think about myself. If what's behind me is more interesting to you than what I'm talking about, then you're probably on the wrong TikTok channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually, like with guys like you, like Party Bar, there's usually some good information. You know what I mean? Like if you're listening to me and a guy like that or a guy like you, and you're taking notes and you're really serious about getting into some of this stuff, you're probably gonna pick up something from me or some of the other guys I see you associating with that you're gonna pick up something good from. You know what I mean? It might not click right away in your head, but you'll realize a week later, like, fuck, this dude was just talking about that fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's some of the other stuff doesn't
What are your thoughts? I have a question on my side. So someone's
yeah.
asking, what do you think of CCIV? And I believe they changed it to Lucid now, right? Did
Yeah,
Lucid change?
CCIB. I think it had a. I was actually surprised with all when they were talking about the buyout. It really held up quite well because it's still over the price of the offering price. We're right about it. I think it's starting to lose a little bit of buzz though. You know what I mean? I don't think at this point it's a good point to enter at all. I mean, if you're in it, maybe hold. Even consider stepping out.
What
It's
price
certainly
would you enter? Do
what's
you
I'm
have a
sorry.
price point? What price would you like to enter at CCIV if you were going to
I
invest?
would,
What
I would,
price?
I would, I would want it to come back down closer to like 15 because I would want it to
Dollars?
come back
Okay.
buy out. That's where it was bought out at. So why would I want to pay if a large institution did all that due diligence to buy a company at a share price, even though it was like a month or so ago. So now that information is a touch old, but still, you see my thought process. I wouldn't want to pay over what a large institution just paid very recently for it. At least not so much of a premium. It's like right now it's
Well
like kind of
said.
19 come back to 17 even maybe like 16 15 it's got to come down a touch for me it does have potential it's losing a lot of its buzz and that's one of I think like most things now it's really just the buzz and the hype that really accelerates your gains, and that's one that is, I think it's losing a little bit of steam.
Okay. So I think this might be the last question, but if you guys want to ask one more question, I have to go to the gym. But let me ask you this. I don't know if you're into crypto, but someone's asking about Ethereum 2. Do you understand the difference between Ethereum 1 and
Yeah,
Ethereum 2 or
yeah.
no?
I like I said, I would definitely recommend that person if you're not following party finance. It's just like how it's spelled, as how it sounds. He's really knowledgeable. We had this conversation before where I actually kind of liked Ethereum Classic, and my thought process was that if because it had gotten hacked before, and that's the reason people didn't want to do any programming on it, that if it was resolved, it would somewhat start to rise with Ethereum even faster. He seems to think that's not going to be the case, and that maybe Ethereum Classic is really kind of rising because other people are thinking like me, but it's just not
Yeah,
true.
it's like Dogecoin. If
I
Dogecoin can go up, if Dogecoin can go up in value, Ethereum Classic can go in value. But it's basically just like the greater fool theory because at the end of the day, there's really no use case for. I mean, I guess Dogecoin can be used as like a joke currency, but there's really no use case for Ethereum Classic. And I think what they were talking about is Ethereum 2. So the reason there's Ethereum 1 is they're upgrading because right now Ethereum 1 is like really slow. Like when you
okay,
send and receive Ethereum, it's like on a certain day, it could be like $20 or $30 in fees.
okay,
So they're upgrading it to Ethereum
yeah.
2, but
I,
suppo-
I,
but
I
supposedly,
misunderstood that. The cryptocurrency is not my area of expertise.
oh, so I'll explain it. Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah, yeah, I could tell you're very knowledgeable in stocks, and I want to say I'm in the middle. Like I definitely feel like your knowledge of stocks is higher than me, but obviously maybe I've been in crypto longer. I know crypto more. So yeah, I'll try to explain it, and if it doesn't make sense, you can interrupt me and say, hey, this doesn't make. But basically, the way it works is you have Ethereum right now, and it's not as efficient. Like basically, Ethereum is getting really slow, and the network is getting clogged up because there's no competition. A lot of people are
Right,
buying Cardano, and what they don't realize is no one is doing anything on Cardano yet. It's not developed. It's just all hype. Ethereum,
right,
they're actually building stuff on it, and there's also something called DeFi protocols where you can basically do the staking and all that.
yes,
So in order for them to upgrade it to Ethereum 2, they want your Ethereum to use it as staking. Like that allows them to basically lock up your Ethereum and use it to basically upgrade the network or however they want to call it, right? And
I
so
understand.
you can go to Coinbase right now and you stake your Ethereum, but
Yep,
then it's
yep,
locked up for two
yep.
to 4 years. Not two. They're saying 2022 to 2024. So two. So what is that? One. So it could be 1 to 3 years. Your Ethereum's locked up, and while your Ethereum's locked up, they pay you 6%. But you cannot withdraw it. You cannot sell it. It's Coinbase holds it basically, and you get your 6%. And
Okay, so I
so
guess
it's up. Go ahead.
I'll let you continue, but just right there, if you believe in Ethereum, which I do, I believe in it more than Bitcoin. That right, just right there, if you trust the platform, and you definitely for not a large portion of your portfolio, but I would think 5 to 7%, even 10%, getting paid at 6% interest is very. You're not going to get that in the bond market. You're not going to get that in a lot of dividends. So right there, I would find that attractive. But go ahead.
But there's other platforms you can go to, and I mentioned this. So there's a platform called Celsius. They will give you 5%, and you can take out the money whenever you want. So for 1% less of a yield, you'll have the liquidity where you can take it out in like a couple days.
I, I would
And there's a
I would trade off that 1% for the liquidity any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, once again, I don't think it's a good of a deal because Coinbase, let's just be honest, it's so mainstream that they can get away. Like in the beginning, they were offering 7% and they brought it down to 6% because they know they can get away with it. They're the most mainstream, they're the most trustable. But yeah, so your other option is you can go to Voyager and they pay you 5.25. So now the spread is only, 75. And it's like, why lock it up for hypothetically 3 years when you can take it to Voyager and you just get 0.75 less.
I guess it would come down to a few personal decisions of how do you feel about Voyager as a company, and do you trust them? But just mathematically, it would think to me, having liquidity is key. and your entry point would be key as well, because you can see how volatile Ethereum has been. If it were to be dropping dramatically and you could not exit, that would worry me and would definitely outweigh, with 6%.
What about on the flip side? So I'm glad you brought this up, but on the flip side, I feel like if you're basically basically if you can't handle volatility, it might be
Yes,
better to lock up your Ethereum.
lock
If
it up.
you think Ethereum is going to be, $10,000 in 3 years, but it might go down to like $100.
Right.
So instead of panic selling, you just lock it up on Coinbase, right? And you can't panic sell it.
It would almost be a way, because like a lot of people who they say like they're not performing well. What am I doing wrong? One of the first questions I ask: how often are you trading? I'm trading every day. Stop trading so much. You know what I mean? Slow down the amount of trades you're making and see what happens. If you believed in something on Monday, why did you stop believing in it by Monday at 11 o'clock? Why didn't you let it go to Tuesday or Wednesday? So that is actually a good point where you may actually defend from yourself. I think at that point, that may be something even
Like
if
a
you
CD, right? Like a
what's
CD,
that?
you're forced to,
Right,
it's like a
right,
CD, a bank
right. You're
CD.
locked in. So maybe you're somebody who, if you feel like you do need to be handcuffed a little bit and put a seatbelt on, maybe divide it up. And we talk about that often.
Yeah,
You don't have to all your eggs in one
yeah.
basket. Put 2,000 here, put 2,000 here. You're able to
I
move
love
that.
that.
And then, like I said,
I love that.
to get 6% is
Yeah.
very, very. Even if bond rates go up, they're not going to touch anywhere near over 2. So getting
And
that 6%
remember,
contract.
you're not paid 6% in the US dollar. You're paid in Ethereum. So if Ethereum does go to 10,
Right.
yeah.
So
If Ethereum goes
during that time, I mean that really could be somewhere more like 12%.
no more,
Who knows?
if
Although if it's falling, it will have the opposite effect.
but let's just say
You
hypothetically, let's just say in
know how
10
often it's
years,
paid?
believe it's monthly. I
Is
think
it
they
paid?
pay you. I
Yeah.
think it's paid monthly.
Even right. So that's actually going to compound during that whole time as well. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna do some work on this. I'm gonna take a peek at this, and I'm gonna talk.
Your
Everything.
phone is blowing up, by the way. Your phone is constantly blowing up. You must be really busy.
I get like all day long calls, like especially if it's a bad day in the market, if it's on red days, what's going on? What's people just I don't know. They just I don't know. Yeah, my phone is active, dude. I don't. Like I said,
So this
I'm
is
on
a
my.
good question. And once again, I don't know this, but is the interest rate variable? So that's the one thing I'm not sure with Coinbase. It could be a
Right.
fixed one, it
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
variable.
That would. And
Definitely for
if
Celsius
it was
and the other Voyager, it's not variable. They will. I mean, sorry, it is variable. They'll change it. They change it all the time. So
that,
even though they're
that
paying
would make
5% right now, next month it could be 2%. But go for it. Sorry.
I would want to look into their history, because a variable rate is not necessarily a bad thing. It's very rarely going to be a good thing for you. You're a real estate guy. You know mortgages. But a mortgage, it's not going to get cheaper for you. So that would maybe make me a little bit nervous. It just like the more I'm talking about it, it seems like having the liquidity would be key. I think, but even at 5%, that's a very attractive offer for them to make you. I just don't know. The only thing that I would question on that is upgrading the platform going to. Is it going to have
Uh-oh. I think you cut
have
out.
that short term projects and stuff? I don't know if maybe that's going to affect them negatively. That was where I think that the entry point would be key there.
Yeah.
You'd have to make sure
Yeah.
you have to make sure there's room for it to grow. Like if you had done that like 42K or 4,200, that would be a really bad choice. So that's why I would think you would want a guy like Party Finance who can really
Yeah.
use the algorithm and find like, hey, what's a nice entry point for the next 30 days for me? Like a nice broader look. And I think it would require some patience. But all in all, I love Ethereum is the crypto that I love. To be
Okay.
honest, I still have Ethereum Classic. I buy Ethereum I tell my audiences. I always tell yours, when you're asking the question, you always have to think: Are you talking about long-term holding, or are you talking about making some quick cash on it? Because it does make the answer to these questions very, very different. Anytime I'm talking about it, I'm talking about long. Ethereum Classic is something that I've been moving in and out of. But Ethereum is something I love long. I'm adding to. I hope you guys, if you want the easiest answer to your crypto questions, is stop wasting your day on YouTube and pull up your lap. All I do all day, I leave my laptop running with stuff that I want to see on cryptos on the weekends. And you guys need to just pay attention. Look at it. Don't let your computer go off. Quit jerking off. Quit watching YouTube. Watch these cryptos for these 15% drops and get them. Get the opportunities. Okay. And bouncing right back, and it's happening every single weekend on the key. If you're looking to get into crypto, you need to be watching for these drops.
Website.
I hate to
what website do you track?
What's that?
Well, they want to know what website do you use to watch the cryptos? Like, I use just Robinhood the app, but do you use a specific website?
You can use anything. The one thing you will notice is where you can see some differences on them. So don't be nervous. You're looking at one and you're seeing different pricing, because but use I would recommend you watch it on whatever you are using. So if you are using Robinhood to buy it, I would watch it on Robinhood, because I've had Coinbase and Robinhood up simultaneously and saw two different pricing. So whatever platform you're going to purchase it on should be the one that you are the most familiar with. You should know that's I know, like with Robinhood, you're not going to quite be able to see the technicals and what have you. But unless you understand how to
Coinbase Pro, you can, right? Coinbase Pro, you can see the technicals.
Yes. And if you have Coinbase, you should have Coinbase Pro.
Yeah, everyone has it. You just log in Coinbase Pro.
That you are being very, very foolish at that point, and just those 1% and 2% is what makes the difference between me and you. I promise you. That's all I watch all day long. These very small percentages, because when you start dealing in bigger numbers, obviously those percentages really start. If you're buying $100 worth of something, you don't care. It's only $1, right? When you start buying 10K blocks, it's that shit sucks. So
Trading View. Someone's asking about Trading View. Have you used Trading View before?
I don't use it myself. No. Okay. So like I said, I think you would, like I said, if you're trying to get technical and stuff with it, then I think it starts to matter more. I would use the one that you're going to buy it on. Make sure you're comfortable with it, and because that's the price where you wouldn't be looking at one and then it's a different price on the other one. They don't vary by much, but I have seen it vary, and I think that you should be thinking a little bit more long term anyway when you're watching them. So if the platform doesn't matter. You should be thinking to myself, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time for me? Is this a good investment for me? Do I have the money to put into this right now and take somewhat of a loss in the short term and still feel comfortable with this investment? I think those are, for some of the people who, like, judging by the comments in the audience, I think those are better questions to ask.
Yeah. So basically, I got to go now because I got to go to the gym, but I highly recommend follow him, jump onto his live stream. You can also ask him questions directly, and let's do this again soon. I always try to do it in the mornings. Let's do another double live. But
internet trolls, man. I'm tired of seeing you with these videos with these internet trolls, man. Forget them.
It's all good. It's for entertainment, bro. It's entertainment.
I know you're entertainment, but you're not going to convince anybody anything. If they don't know USC is a good school, then they're probably not very educated, buddy.
That's why, in my defense, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to even say anything. I'll let the USC people respond to the comment.
I won a lot of money in the early 2000s with Carson Palmer, Reggie Bush, those teams. I was a big
Love
USC
those teams.
I was betting every Saturday, and just they're not that they were winning, they're covering games. That's why I love them.
Push. Remember the Bush push against Notre Dame? The Bush push.
Yes. Listen, go to the gym. I'll see you another time, all right? Enjoy your day.
Hey, check him out. Give him a follow. Check out his live stream, guys. Thank you very much.
See you guys.